Hello, everybody. I have a happy announcement to make and also a bit of wisdom I'd like to share with you, if I may be so presumptuous. First, let me say that the world is filled with unfinished projects. They become too difficult, or people lose their inspiration to go on, or they simply run out of funding. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to everybody. All kinds of wonderful things never came to be. Over 20 years ago, I started a project that was colossally daunting. Before there was YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, I started writing a book. I wanted it to be an epic, sweeping fantasy narrative. I already knew the end at the beginning. It would start out in a grounded, familiar, even cliche sort of way, but then end with a series of very unexpected events. What I did not know is that it would take 3 books to tell that story. Writing one book is arduous enough, but the realization that it would take at least 2 more books to properly finish the job was intimidating, to say the least. Well, that day has finally come. The trilogy is complete, and it's all been leading up to this, the final book. And this book is more than worthy. It's my favorite book of the whole series. It was the most challenging to write. It's the reason the whole series exists. It had to be perfect. The ending had to do the tale justice. So there was a lot of pressure. And like so many others, the project proved to be too much. So I gave up at about 2/3 through the last book. I put the entire project aside, and it became a tale without an ending. I just didn't feel like a good enough writer to finish it properly. Then last year, my good friend Josh, also known as Meridian Frost here on YouTube, told me that I should finish the trilogy. You see, years ago, he read the first 2 books and enjoyed them very much. And what I realized after he told me to finish it was that I actually had grown enough as a human being and as a writer to actually have the ability to finish it. No longer did I toil with how to express my thoughts. Those thoughts simply poured out of me and onto the page. The doubts were gone, replaced with confidence, because I was more than pleased with what I was writing. And last year, that final third of the book became a reality, and now I actually hold it in my hand. I'm very proud of it because, unlike so many other things that I've done, this turned out exactly how I intended. And unlike so many other projects that were never finished, this one actually came to be. And now I want to hand it off to you. I call this trilogy Shadow of the Tyrant King. And this 3rd book, which just came out today, is called The Forging of Legends. This is the culmination. It's all been leading up to this. It's filled with precarious situations, unexpected conflicts, heartwarming reunions, and several grand revelations. There's some pretty neat clues and foreshadowing throughout the other 2 books, so after you finish the trilogy, if you ever reread it, those will jump out at you and give you a little chuckle. Now, here's what I put on the back of the 3rd book. Quote, Lucas Archer must go where nobody has ever gone. His audacity, guided by the Lord of Chaos, shakes the world by its very foundation. The end of prophecy is here, and the great secret is finally revealed. Nobody was prepared for it, so they turned to the only person they could, their new king. Thus, the way is finally paved for the rise of the tyrant. I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Here's a bit of a revelation I had while finishing the third book. The nature of the internet is that my presence here, including all 16 years of content, could be deleted against my will, and I could have no recourse. But these books, being out there in the world, thanks to all of you who have purchased them, means that at least part of me gets to remain out there with you in the world where it cannot be deleted no matter what happens here. So here's that bit of wisdom I wanted to share with you. If you're like me and you doubt that there's an afterlife, then leave something good behind. Finish your projects. Put a mark on the world that will outlast you. That is how we create our own afterlife. Now, in case you didn't know, I narrated the first book and made it publicly available on this channel for free. It's a playlist of 10 videos. I'll link those in the description below. A lot of you have asked if I would also narrate book 2, The Two Quests. So I finally decided to do that. Instead of 10 videos, I'm going to shoot for 5 longer videos. If you enjoy it, please consider rating it well on Amazon. So far, the first 2 books that have been out have been rated very well. And the second book has an even higher rating than the first, but far fewer people have rated it. So if you read it and liked it, or if you listen to the series and like that, please remember to rate it for me, as that greatly helps me out. And of course, the third book is officially out now and available to purchase on Amazon today, in paperback and on Kindle, so please check it out. I know you won't be disappointed. The ending is quite something to behold. I enjoyed writing these books so much that I'm going to write more books. In fact, I already have 2 in the works right now. So if you're interested in being notified about those when they are published, be sure to follow my author page on Amazon. I write under the name J.D. Matter, so I should come up under a search for that. But all pertinent links are in the description below anyway. And that is all. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. I appreciate it very much. Take care, everybody.